I'm going to be doing forecasting in the next video very soon, but before I get to forecasting, I want to do this video and talk about something that's very important. And it is this question people keep asking me about their hearing and seeing me talk about these really intense and profound spiritual experiences that I'm having, and I'm doing my metaphysical reporting and reporting on them, and then people are dropping down in the comments and talking about what they're feeling, and then I'm seeing other people going, hey, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm not picking up on that. What is that? How do I pick up on it? Like, if I'm not feeling it and I'm being left out, like, am I going to get left behind? And so I want to address this. I want to address this whole entire dynamic that's going on. The first thing I want to let everybody know, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. The first thing I want to let everybody know is every single person is on their very unique, authentic, spiritual path that is just for you. You have your own very special, very unique, very authentic spiritual path, spiritual purpose, spiritual mission. And it is not like anyone else's imprint. Okay, so you need to know that first. That is important and special to you. And then I know it's very easy to get carried away with seeing what other people are doing and then beginning to compare yourself, right? And so what I want you to know is comparing ourselves, that is an apples to oranges comparison. I know it's easy to do, like, hey, they're experiencing that, but I'm not experiencing anything. It's easy to do that comparison. And what I would ask you to do is, like, catch yourself, start from the first point of you are a spiritual being in a human body, having a human experience, and yours is very unique. So I want you to begin from the place of embracing your unique spiritual path for you. That's the first part. Now, as far as, if you're not experiencing or you're experiencing something different, because we're all on different paths at different places in our journey, we're all going to experience different things. And what I am doing here is I'm standing up and going, here's my experience. And then other people are chirping in and going, hey, here's my experience. And through that, we're building a landscape. And so what I would really encourage you to do, instead of comparing yourself in that landscape, go, oh, there's a landscape. Oh, look at all the color and the texture and the bells and whistles. Look at all that's going on. It's great that I'm in that landscape. And then your step is to go, where am I at? What am I experiencing? What am I drawn to do on a daily basis for my spiritual path? Now, if you're like, I want to experience some of this that's going on, my best suggestion to you is your first check-in is, are you doing a daily presence practice where you are getting grounded, breathing, centered in yourself? And I know that sounds mundane, but you've got to be here so you can feel all of this. And if you're going, but Dana, you're doing all this stuff and you make it look easy and everything. I want you to know something. I started where you're at. Like, when my mentor, Linda, met me, she didn't tell me this right out of the gate, but months later, after we were working and I was getting my sea legs, she said to me, Dana, you were so far out of your body and so out of tune and so not connected in, I was really scared for you. She thought, like, my, that silver cord that keeps us connected, like, mine was about ready to let go. I was about ready to leave the planet. That's how far out I was, and that's how out of tune that I was, and that's how much I was not picking up on stuff. So if you're watching all of this going, but I'm not picking up on anything, and what about me? And you just don't even know where to start, or you don't feel like you can do it, just know that's where I began. I began there. I began from the place of almost having checked out. Yeah, and I've done that a couple times. I've almost checked out a couple times. So just know that you're starting from where you're starting, and that's totally fine. In the place that you start, you're grounding, breathing, and centering. And as you ground, breathe, and center, your spidey senses begin to come on a little bit. Your intuition begins to come on a little bit. You begin to feel tingles and different things in your body. Pay attention to those. And it's from there that you begin to take your steps. Now, the other tip I will give to you is whatever it is that shows up that's a little bit spiritual or a little bit of a sign or a little bit of a tingle, you lock onto that and all you have to say is, I see that, I feel that, I hear that, happy, thank you, more please spirit, send me more. That's where you begin. If you want to be feeling the feels of some of this and experiencing the experiences of some of this, ground breathe center, get in your body, let the tingles begin to happen a little bit. And the second thing you need to do is at some point during the day, really unplug from the matrix and get into some sort of meditation, whether that's walking meditation in nature, some yoga to really get you in your body and really get you tuned in, sitting and just being in presence and picking up on things. You need to be doing that once a day, whether that's 5 minutes or an hour. And that's what I do. Some days I'm at 5 minutes and some days I'm like, I got my 20 or I got my 30 or I got my hour. You really need that time to unplug from the static and really get tuned in with your core, with your higher self, with your spirit team. That's where it all begins. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to say here, there's one little thing I want to put on the end of this. By and large, our community is a good community. I've been very careful about culling out like the trolls, so to speak. But every once in a while, I will see someone come through and just be downright mean about spirituality. And this is what I want you to know. If you come through and you are doing something that I call spiritual weaponization, like the comment that I saw that came through in the last 24 hours was a woman fear-mongering another woman saying, well, if you're not feeling anything, you're in 3D and you're going to get left behind. Nanny, nanny, poo-poo. I won't stand for that. All right. So that person, I gave that person a fair warning. But if I run across any of you fear-mongering someone else and telling them, you can't come along for the ride, I will block your ass so fast out of this community, it will make your head spin. Yes, we can have differing opinions. Yes, we can have differing experiences, but the one thing I will not tolerate is spiritual bullying or spiritual weaponization. That will not happen on my watch. The other thing I do want to say as well is there are people popping in and providing some technical support for others. Thank you. I appreciate that. There are other people popping in, like there's some folks coming on asking for prayer and they're struggling. We've got a community of people who come in and are very supportive there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Then there's other people coming in. Maybe somebody asked a question and there's some folks coming in and giving some description and resource help. I appreciate that as well. And again, on the end of it, the one thing we're not going to do here is spiritually fear-monger other people. That is not what we're about. That's not what we're doing. So I hope that speaks to the questions that some of you have been asking. This tells me I need to get out some more foundational, spiritual, intuiting type of videos, and I will continue to weave that into what I am doing. But just on the back end of this, I just want to say, holy cow, how amazing. We are on an amazing ride right now. I'm just so thankful for all of you being along, watching, participating, being a part of this. We are doing something fabulous on planet Earth right now. It's historic. It's amazing. And we get to talk about it and do it together, and I am so thankful for that. All right, I got a ton of other videos to make, and I'm going to be coming back to you on the airwaves, so y'all have a great day out there, and I will see you in the next video.